Hello everyone, my name is Prototype and welcome back to another Knights and Dragons video. Now this one won't be containing any gameplay, this one is purely based on a picture that I found. And this picture is actually of some leaked Dragonforges and epics that will be coming out in the future. Now if you want to find these pictures, you can go to a website that I'm going to leave in the video description. Be sure to click that and it can take you to the place where I found this picture and many of the other ones that I've used in the past. They're very, very helpful at figuring out, what's going to come out in the future, what the next elements will be for the raids, and of course you can use it to plan for when you want to go on your top runs. So there's the picture. As you can see, all of the armors look very, very nice. I'm going to go ahead and get into describing each one specifically. We'll start on the left and then work our way to the right where the epics are. First off, we have a raid armor. This one you can tell is a raid armor because of course it does have the picture of the raid boss you have to defeat as well as a ring and amulet set for it. So the speculated elements on this one are spirit and water, which I believe to be true. Based on the colors, we can kind of make some very accurate, educated guesses, I should say, as to what these armors exactly will be. So this one looks very nice. It has the scepter thing, looks very, very cool. This one, yeah, I would say it was definitely spirit and water because there's like a seaweed type thing going on there and the pearls, of course. So very cool looking armor. We'll move on to the next one. Now this one is a mono air, as it is believed to be. I would assume, yes, this will be a mono air. This is a very unique armor, I have to say. It looks very tall. I think it's because of the hat, it has something coming off the top. And then if you look at the robes right in the crotch area, if you just follow that down to the ground, it looks a little bit longer than normal. I see what you're doing there, Gree. But anyways, this one, yes, very cool armor. It looks very big and very, very like flowing, I guess I could say. It's kind of strange how to describe it, but I love the sword, very big. I like the design on the sword as well with the blue kind of glowing off of it. Shield is pretty cool, very, very majestic, I should say. So on to the next set of armors. Now these sets of armors are going to be either chest or war Dragonforged armors because they don't have any materials to be dropped as they would for the epic boss. And they don't have a boss picture to go along with the armor design. So first off, we have a greenish looking armor which is supposed to be earth and air elements. Now this one is very cool. I like how it has sort of wings on the back and then a halo above its head. Very, very cool design. Never really seen anything like this. Of course they've had angelic, which is a fire air armor, but it hasn't really been like an actual angel kind of design. It didn't really have the wings in the back and of course the halo on the top. And I really do like the white painted face and of course what appears to be a little bit of hair coming down the side. So very cool looking armor. I love the design for this one. Next up we have a water fire armor. This one is definitely going to be water fire. Very obviously the color of this armor definitely gives it away. Very, very obvious. So the head of this one, very, very strange. It looks like a mix between a fish and a dragon. I don't really know which one for sure, but it looks like it could be a fish considering the shield has somewhat like octopus style tentacle thingies growing on it. I don't know, hard to describe, but the weapon reminds me of Apocalypse. If you guys know that water fire armor, then you definitely know what I'm talking about. Next up we have an air spirit armor. Very cool design. I like the little ears or the spikes coming off the top of the head. I don't know what to describe them as. I would assume that they would be ears. The weapon looks very puny, honestly. Very, very weak looking, and the shield doesn't really look that dramatic either, so I feel like this is going to be one of those armors that doesn't look super powerful, but it's going to be pretty overpowered. And just below that we have a mono fire armor. This one could be mono fire, it also could be fire earth, but I would assume it'll be mono fire considering it is mostly just flames instead of rock. So the mask on this one is very unique. I really like the white design, how it stands out so much from the rest of the armor. Considering most of the armor is just made up of flames, the white mask has a very, very nice touch to it. And the ruby on the forehead, of course, very, very cool. The weapon, again, doesn't really look super powerful, but I think the rest of the armor kind of makes up for it considering it is very much just a ball of fire. Next up we have what appears to be a mono water armor. I would believe this to be true. It does look very much so like a mono water. The helmet is very strange. The face is kind of cool, honestly. It has like a little grin going on there, very cool. But the helmet, of course, is very strange. It looks like a captain's hat, sort of. So I guess it's not super strange, but definitely different than what we've seen before in our armors. The shield is massive. I don't know what else to say about it. Just very, very massive. And the weapon looks like a pirate's hook. Yeah, so I would say this one definitely looks kind of like a pirate ship style thing. maybe a pirate, but the helmet doesn't really look so much like a pirate hat. It looks more like just a captain's hat. Last but not least, in the set of Dragonforges that are given to us, we have a Earth Spirit armor. This one is very, very neat. It reminds me again of manipulators based on the weapon. I'm sure you guys were thinking the exact same thing I was. And then the helmet, I don't remember. It reminds me of like Voidbane, I think that is. It was an epic boss armor way back in the day. I think that was for a collection actually. So it reminds me of a couple of the other armors. I don't know if they're running out of ideas or if this is just a coincidence, but it's probably not just a coincidence. The shield is very cool. I like the skull in the middle, kind of a nice accent there. And of course it has a skull on the belt as well. Very nice looking armor. I like how clean the eyes look as well. Very, very nice. Next up we have the epics. Now in the top left we have a earth water armor. Now as you can see, these don't actually have the suggested elements next to them, so they're going to be purely based on what I'm seeing. And let's just say that I'm not the best guesser. In my last video, I made a few mistakes. That's because I was looking at a really bad picture of this image that I was looking at. That was very good English. So yeah, these are based purely on my speculation, but this one, as you can see, definitely looks like a water-earth armor. Now the weapon, what the heck? Like, that looks like a little butter knife kind of thing. I mean, I know it's not exactly like a butter knife, but you guys know what I'm talking about. It looks like it'd be something that you would kind of poke somebody with, and they would like laugh because it tickled. You know, it's one of those looking weapons. And the shield, again, kind of curvy, has like a little flower on it and stuff, kind of clouds looking thing. And it looks like a mouse too. Like, what the heck is going on with this armor? I don't even know. Very, very strange. I don't know what they were thinking. Now the next one to the right of that looks like it could be a mono fire. I kind of hope it's not a mono fire because I really want to keep this armor. Very, very cool looking armor. I love like the whole desperado cowboy kind of look with that hat. It looks very, very nice. Something that's kind of unusual for armors, but most of my favorite armors have actually had this style to them. The weapon is cool, pretty big. I don't know why they... oh, I understand it now. It's like a little mask. That's what the weapon looks like. Very, very neat. I don't know if you guys saw that or not, but it looks like a mask. That's cool. All right, on to the next armor. This one looks like it's going to be spirit air. Definitely air, considering it looks so much like a feathery style of armor. And the spirit, of course, comes from the purple. Considering the feather that the boss drops is purple itself, I would assume that this is definitely air and spirit. Kind of strange. Just more like a leafy, or not leafy, but feathery kind of thing, you know. The kind of waistband and like skirt kind of thing. Very strange, just looks like a little puff of feathers, you know, not super cleverly designed, but very interesting nonetheless. Last but not least, we have what is most likely a fire air armor or an earth air armor. I'm not entirely sure. The boss is looking a little bit funky there though. It's got some big eyes and some gnarly looking teeth, so that's going to be fun to fight for sure. I like to kick its face in if I get the chance. The weapon, it has the little spiral things going around it, very neat. I'm not sure if that's supposed to be like a snake or if that's just kind of a random spiral thing going around. I don't really know. The snakes wouldn't really go with the boss design, so who knows. And I like that all the spikes coming off of the shoulders and everything. The one on the head is a bit much. It looks like a little antenna coming out, but the other ones don't really look too bad. So the shield has somewhat of a Chinese design. Who knows, maybe this will be a Chinese New Year epic boss. I almost forgot to mention this, but there's actually some rings and amulets that are displayed in the bottom right corner. As you can see, they're very cool, kind of simple designs. I like the kind of key and the star one. It's kind of reused, you know, because of the silver star, the jewelry that was already released. But, you know, they can do whatever they want. So I think it's kind of neat that they have a key and something else in the same jewelry piece. So that's gonna do it for this video, guys. I really hope you stayed for the whole thing. I know it was very, very long, but I like to talk a little bit about each armor individually. So if you stayed this long, be sure to leave a hashtag hype for these new armors that are coming out. Let me know which ones you guys really want to get. I'd like to kind of hear from you guys on that, which ones you guys are really interested in the appearance of, which one you guys think are gonna be the strongest. And anyways, I hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next video.